Everybody out there in Hot Rod Land, it's Phil coming to you once again from Carcraft Classics. Today we're showing off this gorgeous 1987 Chevrolet pickup. But before we get into all the details on that, for any of you watching one of my videos for the first time, this is Carcraft Classics. We're located at 321 Canton Road here in Cumming, Georgia, 30040. Phone number for the shop is 470-239-4977. My name is Phil. Again, my cell number is 770-317-1415. We can be reached via email at the shop here at carcraftclassics@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit us on the web at carcraftclassics.com. If you're into classic cars and classic trucks and neon signs and wheel and tire packages and everything goes along with that hobby, please follow us here on YouTube and give us a thumbs up. Maybe share with your friends. It really helps small businesses like mine. All right, so here we have a 1987, and I always call it the Holy Grail, this particular year and setup, because this is the one that all the collectors are looking for. You know, we all know the square bodies are the most popular classics on the market right now, and they were built from 73 to 87. So this is the last year, and that's part of the reason I call it the Holy Grail, because in the last year they added fuel injection to their old small block Chevrolet engines, so everybody loves having the fuel injection. And of course, this being a short bed and it being a regular cab, that adds to the collector value, so to speak, or collector interest. Add to the fact that this particular truck is a two-tone truck in the black and gray combo, which is commonly referred to as the Dale Earnhardt, I should say, paint scheme. That adds to the value for this truck too. This is easily a top 3 truck that we've had here at the shop. So for those of you out there that do follow us, I really appreciate that, and I know that we've had some really nice trucks and we've built some really cool trucks, and this is in the top 3 in my opinion. We did not build this truck. We did run it through its paces, and we did a few little repairs and upgrades that I'll get into in just a moment, but the truck basically came to us as you see it with the 5.7 drop. When it got here, like we do with all our trucks, we looked it over with a fine-tooth comb, and it did need a few things. What did we do? We did the under hood insulated mat. There's a little heat riser, a little tube that I'll show you in just a moment that we replaced. It was all crunched up in the engine bay. Sorry for the wind today, guys. Waited a long time to list this truck. I didn't want to put it off any further. Just hopefully you can hear me clearly with it's a little windy today. But we also replaced the oil pan drain plug, the tail shaft seal in the transmission where the drivetrain or the drive shaft goes in. That was seeping just a little bit, and then the other end of it where it goes into the rear end chunk there, the pinion seal, we replaced that as well. Flushed out the rear end, replaced the oil there, of course oil and filter up front. And one of the vents, you might have heard on the earlier video with this truck, one of the vents, the AC vents in the dash, was old and ratty. We replaced that as well. So anyway, just a few little upgrades slash repairs, but overall the truck again came to us just the way you see it, gorgeous in every way. Just love it. So where did this truck come from? It came from Tabor City, North Carolina. The story I got from my old buddy Dirk down there, if you do business, you have an opportunity to do business with Dirk down in Tabor City, North Carolina, I suggest you do so. He's a super honest guy, and he only buys the cleanest stuff. But we've bought a couple trucks from him and his family over the years, and we've never been disappointed, and I couldn't be happier with this one. But Dirk said that his father owned this truck. I actually have a picture of it when it was in his family 25 years ago. When it wasn't lowered, didn't have the wheels, just had the stock setup. And then he sold it to a family in Tennessee who restored it, I believe painted it, cleaned it up a little bit, and then it sat in storage for 8 or 9 years. And somehow, some way, one of the younger guys in the family got a hold of it, and he's the one that put the drop on it, the 5.7 drop, and put the wheels and tires on it. And then somehow he got tired of the truck and decided to sell it, and Dirk saw it for sale and bought it back. So it was in his family, then it went to Tennessee, then it came back to his family, and I had called him one day to see if he had any trucks, and that's how it all came about. And if you can't tell already, I'm in love. She's beautiful. You talk about the drop real quick. I know everybody always has questions about the drop. This is a 5.7 drop. So we achieve that up front with spindles and springs. In the rear, you do a flip kit where you flip the rear end and the leaf springs. And also you put a shackle where the leaf springs in the rear mount to the frame in the back. You put a shackle there that allows you to adjust another inch, because the flip kit gives you the 6 inches of drop in the rear, and to get to 7 you use a shackle. It also has all brand new shocks all the way around underneath, and the undercarriage, and I'll put pics, exterior, interior, and undercarriage. They'll all be on our site at carcraftclassics.com. After I shoot this video, we'll do the pics, so within 24 hours or so the full ad will be on carcraftclassics.com. So this truck also has been C-notched. It was done properly. You'll see pictures of that as well on the site. Now, this thing goes down the road great. There's no scrubbing, there's no rubbing, there's no bottoming out, no slamming noises or anything like that. She's real smooth down the road. And speaking of going down the road, another thing that makes this truck really desirable, aside from the fuel injection that I mentioned earlier, it's 1 year only, they started in '87, is that this truck also has the 350 in it. They also offered, GM offered a 305, which, you know, not a terrible engine at all. We've had 305s in here. Neither one of them is going to pull wheelies, but guys and gals out there that are square body collectors seem to prefer the 350, so that's what we've got here. Got the Vortex style center bolt valve covers, 350 cubic inch V8. So much to talk about up here. Now, the engine, the block itself, we're thinking is not original. Looks like that might be a Jasper replacement block, but everything else is original. You know, the heads were bolted back on, the intake manifold, certainly the fuel injection, and all the components on the front of the engine. You even see the exhaust manifolds are the factory style. Sliding down here, you see the power steering pump and reservoir down there. So it does have power steering. Got the beautiful brand new AC compressor. Dirk told me he went through the entire AC system, replaced everything, and recharged the system before it got to me. You can see there that that is indeed a brand new compressor with sticker. Also, you see in the engine compartment, it does have the brake booster, so it has power disc brakes up front. There's that little tube, or whatever you want to call it, that we replaced, that little aluminum foil colored little heat riser that goes from the exhaust up to the air cleaner. The one that was on there looked original. It was all bent up, so we just replaced that. If you look real close down there, you can see the frame rails. There's no rust at all in this truck. It carries its original cab corners, which we'll show you as we walk around the exterior in just a minute. Let's see here. There's your inner fenders. Nice and clean. And here's the jack. For all you purists out there that love to see the jack, the accessories that come along with it, there it is. Firewall's in great shape. It's got a fresh battery in it, original battery tray, original inner fenders. And here's that insulated mat that we put on just to clean it up. I think it didn't have one at all, or maybe it had an old ratty one. Truck doesn't appear to have been in any accidents. I don't see any repairs done to the core support or the frame rails. She's just a good old truck. And in here, if you do follow us, you know that there's been times we pull engines and paint them and do valve covers and new air cleaners and all that. We can certainly do that to this truck. But because it is so original under the hood, we're going to leave it as it is. And if you as a customer decide that you like the truck but you want the engine bay a little prettier and you're not hell-bent on keeping it original, just let me know and we can do it for you. So what we've got here is like a light gray, maybe a gunmetal gray, metallic, top and bottom. See that hopefully in the video for all you guys and gals that can't make it here to the shop. It is definitely a sparkly metallic gray. Of course, what was it, from 85 to 87, it had this distinctive grille with the stacked headlights and the color matched bar going across the grille with the gold bow tie in the middle. Chin spoiler down below. Gotta have the Heartbeat of America front plate. Takes a lot to make me cool, but maybe I can pull it off with this truck. New front bumper, new rear bumper. Again, while that family had it up in Tennessee, they spruced it up a little bit after the paint job. As you can see, it's got a staggered set of 20-inch American Racing torque thrust wheels. These are the chrome ones. These are not the pain in the ass polished ones that never want to look clean. These are actually chrome, 20-inch staggered, 8 in the front, 10 in the rear. It's got a 255 on the front and a 315 in the rear. So you got a nice wheel and tire setup with that larger tire in the rear, giving it a nice, good, strong, stout stance. Wheel opening moldings, brand new. Body side belt moldings, brand new. Mirrors appear to be brand new. Super nice condition, as is the door handles and the fender badges. It is a Silverado, so it's got all the power options inside. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. Glass is fine. No cracks, no problems, and it does have the rear sliding glass. It's got the front windshield with the antenna built into the glass. The top of the cab is in excellent condition as well. I've been told that the paint is 5 or 6 years old. Well, it sure as hell doesn't look like it. It is in show quality condition. I'm so glad we were able to get it outside. As you probably know, if you follow us, I shot a quick video, I don't know, maybe a month ago, inside the shop, but that really doesn't show what everybody's looking for. You got to get it outside, got to show it. So of course I showed you the factory style manifolds, exhaust manifolds inside. It's got dual exhaust. The tailpipes were redone. From the exhaust manifolds to the muffler was not redone. They've got some surface rust, you know, just wear underneath. You'll see that if you go to our website. I'll take pictures of underneath. No rot, no problems underneath, no holes or anything to replace, but it's just kind of what you would expect from a 40-year-old truck. Doesn't look terrible under there. But the tailpipes were redone, so the part you see sticking out back there behind that rear wheel, that's new. All right. Pinstripe is brand new as well. Absolutely gorgeous. I mentioned a moment ago, front and rear sport style bumper. There's that factory sliding rear window. This truck has it all, baby. The bed is mint. Wheel wells are dent free. There was a small dent on this passenger side one. You can't really see it with the shadows. I'll get some pictures of the bed inside, but Dirk was able to pop those out. So the bed is in near perfect mint condition. She's gorgeous. Tailgate band trim panel, I think they call it, is in good shape. Got a little ding here, maybe two. Just a little. There's that sport bumper I mentioned a moment ago. brand new, as you can see, with the license plate bracket being so new. She is pin straight and gorgeous down the sides. Pin straight. Now on this side you can really see those American racing wheels shining. Again, 315 on the rear. She's got quite a stance. Cab corners are great. As I mentioned, new wheel moldings, opening moldings, new fender badges, new mirrors, new door handles. 5.7 drop. Let's take a look at that door handle. Give you a good close-up. Just wipe that a little bit. She is pretty. 1987 Chevrolet R10 pickup. They changed it to R in 87. They're commonly referred to as C10s. But this one they called an R10. Fuel injected 350, connected to an overdrive transmission. It's got a 700R 4-speed, so it's great on the highway or around town. And then it's got the standard GM 10-bolt rear end. Gorgeous. Spray and bed liner. That looks fairly new. Nice clean presentation in the bed. All right, so it's got the charcoal gray interior. Don't worry about the shadows because I will take photos without shadows. But I wanted to show you the interior. Absolutely gorgeous. Door panels, near mint. As I mentioned, it's a Silverado, so it's got the power windows, it's got the power locks. Even your little pockets aren't worn out and hanging open like some of them get. Carpet underneath looks great. Rockers are great. Let's see. It's your driver's side rocker. In great shape. Looks like a custom seat cover. I don't believe that's a factory seat cover. It's in excellent shape. The seat is not all worn out and beat up. There's your pattern on the seat, kind of a waffle pattern style. Back of the seat is great as well. Nice and clean. Odometer shows 24,000 miles. I'm guessing that's 124, but I guess anything's possible. I don't have anything to verify it, so I'm going to assume that that's turned over. Dash pad, I gotta think that's been replaced. It's just too nice and new to be original. No cracks at all. That's not a cap. That's not a plastic cap. That is an actual dash pad. It is a factory fuel, dual fuel tank truck, and it does work. There's your single DIN upgraded stereo system. As I mentioned, your AC is working great. It has the factory gauges, and we typically like to replace those with the Dakota Digital VHX series gauge, and we can certainly do that. All these gauges are working, except maybe the clock. Oh man, that clock is moving. Even the clock is working. Wow. You can see this little aftermarket bezel, but what we noticed when we took this bezel off to replace that vent down there, see that AC vent? When we replaced that, we could see that it has actually what appears to be the original bezel underneath. This is kind of like a dress-up cover, so if you don't like it, you can always pop it off and just go with the factory style black bezel. And you certainly, if you'd like us to do it, we could pop it off and put a brand new black with chrome trim bezel on there. We've done that to a lot of our trucks as well. cruise control, tilt wheel, everything. You know, of course, being a Silverado, it's got that. And before it got to us, Dirk and his friends up there in Tabor, North Carolina, Tabor City, put in a nice new carpet kit. Here's the headliner, which is in great shape as well. Interior light works. Let's fire this baby up. So it's no hot rod. Doesn't have a big cam in the engine or any of that crazy stuff. Which certainly could be installed if that's your style, but right now you just basically have a stock sounding truck. It's not going to pull any wheelies, but it's super reliable. And if anything breaks on this old 350, any auto parts store in the country has everything you need right on their shelf. It's another great thing about the square bodies. It's not really tough to find parts. Again, dual gas tank truck. The switch does work. And I'm in love. I'm in love. All right. Somebody went to the Nationals not so long ago. All right, so there she is. Top 3 nicest trucks that we've had here at Carcraft Classics, and happy to offer it to you guys and gals for sale finally, after we tinkered a little bit. So, again, it's a 1987 Chevrolet R10 pickup, 350, 700R, fresh paint, 5.7 drop. You want to be the envy of everybody everywhere you go? Come get this one. Asking price, which we think is more than fair. We've seen them for a lot more, we've seen them for a lot less, but this one, based on the quality of the build and the condition of the truck, we think it's fair at $41,500. $41,500. Let's see, what else? Any kind of changes to this truck, any kind of light customization, you want to change the wheels, you want to upgrade the engine bay as we discussed earlier, any of that stuff you want to do, please feel free to give me a call. We also can help you with shipping anywhere in the lower 48. We'll put this right in your driveway. Again, my name is Phil. Call me with any questions, or if you'd like to schedule a test drive or need help with financing, you just let me know. Financing, light customization, shipping, we've got you covered. We do take trades. Oh, and by the way, this has a nice clean Tennessee title. So switching it over to you, reassigning it to the new customer won't be an issue. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Again, questions, give me a call. Phil, 770-317-1415. Thank you very much for watching. God bless America.